in the Coup Connect. My name is Joanne Greene and I work with University Recreation, and I am fortunate enough to be able to teach yoga classes for students in our university community, as well as other tasks for UREC. But today I'm going to share a bit of chair yoga with you all. Now, yoga as a practice is more than yoga poses. Today we'll focus more on some yoga poses as well as some breathing, which is another of the limbs of yoga. But if you have a chance to join any of our classes, either online or in person when we can, we'll get a little bit more into other aspects of yoga. So let's start by finding ourselves a comfortable position in our chair, or if we'd like, we can stand. So if you want to adjust where your computer's at so that you can stand and do this practice, you're welcome to as well. Let's make sure that we can feel our feet on the floor. So maybe just take a moment, wiggle your toes, press down into our feet, and let's roll our shoulders back a few times. So we might close our eyes here, or we can find something to focus on rather than looking around. So let's inhale and let's bring our shoulders forward and up towards our ears. When we exhale, let's bring our shoulders backwards and down toward the floor. Let's do that a few more times. Inhale, bring shoulders forwards and up, and exhale, bring shoulders backwards and down. So you move on your pace, follow your breath. You don't have to move at the same pace as me. Last one in this direction. And change directions. Next time you breathe in, bring shoulders backwards and up. When you breathe out, bring shoulders forwards and down. Let's do a few more our pace, follow our breath. And one more. And we can keep our eyes closed if we'd like, or we can keep our eyes focused on that point we've chosen. Now let's wiggle our fingers a few times, relax our hands on our laps or at our sides. And let's focus in on our breathing. So let's notice our belly moving as we breathe in. Notice our belly moving as we breathe out. Now we might find that there's other things going on in our mind, not just our attention to our breath. And the best that we can, let's let go of all that other stuff. Give yourself permission to set aside your to-do list, the rest of the day, anything that's happened so far, just for the next 10 or 12 minutes. You can pick it up after this if you'd like. All right, if we'd like, we can open our eyes. Let's use that long, slow breath that we might have fallen into for the rest of our practice as much as we can. And now let's relax our hands at our sides if they're not there already. I'm going to suggest some arm movement, and I'd like you to pick the range of motion that feels best for your shoulders. So on our next inhale, we can sweep our hands out for the side walls. Reach our hands up toward the ceiling just as much as it feels good in your shoulders. When we breathe out, let's bring our hands into heart center. And we inhale, let's bring hands out. Big reach up for the ceiling. Relax the shoulders, just let them float. Bring hands into heart center on our exhale. A couple more times. Adjust your range of motion as it feels best in your shoulders. So maybe hands straight up works best. Or maybe keeping hands at heart center feels best. Moving the shoulders isn't feeling good today, and that's okay. You can move back to shoulder rolls. The next time we bring hands into heart center, meet me there. Take a couple big breaths. Let go of any distractions. When we breathe out, all right, next inhale, let's reach hands out towards your computer screen. So reach them out towards me, big reach. And let's let your shoulders round in a little bit. Maybe even pull belly button in slightly so we feel a bit of rounding through our backs. The next exhale, let's open our arms out wide. We can bend elbows if that feels better in our shoulders. And as we inhale, let's reach forward, let round in a bit. And as we breathe out, let's open up our chest, maybe press tailbone back in our chair. If we're standing, we might choose a bit of a bend in our knees. It'll give us more range of motion. You can also practice this with eyes closed. I'm going to keep my eyes open from now on, just keep an eye out for the cat. All right, the next time we bring hands back, meet me here. Relax shoulders away from our ears. Next breath in, let's lift our hearts a bit. So just lift our chest slightly, a little bit more stretch in the front of the body. This is really nice for us if we've had to sit a lot, work at our computers a lot. All right, next time we inhale, reach forward. So reach forward, maybe clasp our hands, turn palms out if this feels okay in your wrists. You can also, instead of clasping hands, just hold on to a wrist. A little reach out with one side, next inhale. And exhale, relax the shoulder back. 2 more times, inhale, reach the hand forward. And exhale, bring the hand back. Last time, just enough to feel a bit more stretch in upper back. Should feel good in your shoulders. Good, let's sit up, shake arms out a little bit. We'll do the same thing other side. So let's take hands forward. And again, we can clasp hands out or hold on to the other wrist or arm. Next inhale, let's reach out a little more at the other side. On our exhale, relax. And 2 more times your pace. And whenever we're done that one, we can relax, hands at our sides. We shake our arms out a little bit, shake out our shoulders. Do a little bit more movement into our backs here. So we're gonna start seated tall as we inhale. On our exhale, we can lean forward. If we're standing, let's take a bigger bend in our knees, almost like a bit of a squat. And we can lean forward, a little bit of stretch. On our inhale, we're gonna lift our chest, pull our shoulders back and down. We're gonna pretend we're squeezing a tennis ball between our shoulder blades. Good, on our exhale, we're gonna round forward, pull our chins in towards our chest, pull our belly buttons up, feel a bit of stretch to the back of the body. And on our inhale, we'll lift our hearts, squeeze the tennis ball between our shoulder blades, and exhale, we'll round forward. This is a seated or standing cat-cow. So this is cow, and we lift our hearts, squeeze the shoulder blades, and on our exhale, seated cat. So we're trying to arch our backs up toward the ceiling like a cat does when startled. A few more times your pace. If you feel like getting out of your chair, this can also be done kneeling. Now notice which of these movements feels the best in your body this morning. There's no right or wrong answer. It feels best for you. And let's hold that one. Let's hold the movement that feels the best. Just for a couple of breaths, it's a nice time to close your eyes and just breathe into this. Now choose the other movement. So choose the other posture just for a moment. And let's inhale, let's sit up tall. All right, so if we'd like to get a little movement going in our hips, next time we breathe in, we can reach down and we can pull one knee in towards our chest. And when we exhale, we release. So we inhale, we can pull the knee in. We can also lift the knee up without using our arms if we'd like. If we're standing, we might want to hold on to our table or our counter so that we have some help with balance. A few more times your pace. All right, the next time we pull a knee in, let's do a few slow ankle rotations. So rotate your foot around in one direction a couple of times and then change. Other direction. Focus in on our breathing. So on this last rotation, let's use a full inhale, full exhale. Nice slow rotation. And let's release. Same thing, other side. So start with a few rotations, pick a direction, and change directions. Turn our attention onto our breath. Use a full inhale, full exhale for a nice slow ankle rotation. Or wiggle our toes if that feels better. And let's release. All right, so we get to spend a little time in what we call Savasana, or final relaxation. So let's make sure we're really comfortable in our chair. We can sit up tall if we'd like, or we can relax back into our chair. Or if we'd like, we could recline on the floor or on our couch, wherever we will be able to relax. Now again, let's either close our eyes or find a focal point. And let's bring our attention to our breath. See if we can slow down our inhales and our exhales. For today's relaxation, we're going to practice a form of pranayama, breathing exercise known as box breathing. So what we'd like to do is count up as we breathe in. We want our breath to be pretty long, but not so long it makes us feel anxious. When we're ready to breathe out, we're going to count down, and we'd like our out breath to be at least as long as our in breath. Let's consider these as the sides of a rectangular box. We're going to add a pause at the top and the bottom of our breath, which will make the ends of our box. So on your next breath in, we count up. At the top of our inhale, we hold just for a couple of counts. And then we breathe out as long as we breathed in. And we pause just a couple of counts. Now, as we make our transition to the rest of our day, just take a moment and notice how we're feeling. In our muscles and in our joints, in our bodies, but also as well as in our minds. So notice what we feel like after we take a bit of time out for ourselves. Some time to move away from our work, some time to focus on our breathing. And remember that we can practice this breathing exercise, or even just the belly breathing where we focus on our breath at any time. And just a few minutes will help to relieve signs of stress in the body. If you'd like to take more time on your final relaxation, you're welcome to. If you're ready to move on, you can open your eyes. Thanks everybody for practicing with me today. I really appreciate everybody being here. Sorry about the furry interruption. That was Russell Wilson, my cat. make sure I watch out for them when I see you again in a couple of weeks when I do my next session. So hope everybody joins us tomorrow with Ellen Taylor. Who's going to be talking about caring for our community. Everybody have a great day.